Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. And yes, I found another obscure thing to talk about. How many people remember this incident that happened? Actually, happened a couple of times, maybe two or three times. When you remember Phillips, the coach of the Houston Oilers and New Orleans Saints, that wore that cowboy hat? Well, how many remember the incident where 1979 the Houston Oilers were playing in Pittsburgh against the Steelers, and game was played in an ice storm, and Pittsburgh ended up scoring like a spurt of points in like a 45-second period where when Houston kept fumbling the football. They scored 17 in that period right before the half. Anyway, um, ended up being like 34-5 or something like that. And anyway, at the end of the game, when the Oilers were walking out of the stadium, somebody walked by Bum Phillips and grabbed his hat. And I believe one of the assistant coaches actually apprehended the man who did it and got Bum Phillips' hat back for him. Now you fast forward to him coaching the Saints. I believe there was a game in Atlanta where somebody grabbed his hat, and he was standing by the sideline. Somebody grabbed it and ran up the stands with it. And another time, I believe in San Francisco, somebody walked by him and took his hat, and they were showing the person on television walking away with his hat. And we went by a lot of people. Nobody made an effort to try to stop him or anything, but that was kind of interesting. How many fans would always go after Bum Phillips' hat, and how many got away with it. It's kind of interesting. I had heard that at Alabama games, people used to try to get a hold of Bear Bryant's hat, and I don't think it ever happened, but that'd be interesting to know if that did happen. But how many of you remember that? Now, I remember Bum Phillips was quite a colorful coach, and he did a pretty good job with the Houston Oilers and New Orleans Saints. He ended up being fired from both jobs eventually, but mainly with Houston because he couldn't get the Oilers past the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 70s. The Iron Curtain, the Terry Bradshaw quarterbacked Pittsburgh Steelers. That was a very physical football team, very very good football team. Even Dallas had a very good football team. They had problems with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They lost a couple of Super Bowls in the 70s to the Steelers. That particular team, Mean Joe Green, Rocky Blyer, all those players, John Stallworth, Lynn Swan, Franco Harris. But anyway, like to know how many of you remember the incident of Bum Phillips' hat being snatched, and as always, looking for ideas on shows to do. My shows about preserving history, especially obscure aspects of history. That being said, like, subscribe, share. As always, thanks for watching.